Hi everyone, and welcome back to Teachers Talk Money, where I help teachers master their money in order to give back to themselves. I'm here today with a net worth update for you guys for the end of November 2020. I think this is actually going to come out on Thanksgiving Day, so happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate. Let's get into the numbers and see how much my accounts have grown, decreased, and what that all has added up to for the month of November. So we're going to start out, as always, by talking about my investment accounts. I do this because these are the accounts that tend to grow more month to month, because not only are you seeing my contributions to those accounts, but you are actually seeing how much they've grown with interest as well. So we'll start by taking a look at my Roth IRA. As you guys may or may not remember, I haven't contributed directly to my Roth IRA for this entire school year, which is really only the last 3 months. I maxed out last year, and this year I'm focusing on investing to my 457 straight from my paycheck, so I haven't contributed anything to my Roth IRA. Right now, my account balance is $9,148, which has increased a total of $417 this month, and that, once again, is nothing that I added to it, but it is all just the growth this month from the stock market. So by doing nothing except already having that money invested over time, I earned $417 completely passively in that account this month, which is pretty insane. We've had a really good market lately. Next up, we have my 457. This is where I have been focusing more of my month-to-month investing. I contributed, I believe, $720 this month. I think that's the amount that I contribute from my paychecks. And the total of it is $4,543 this month, which is a total increase of $942 from last month's total. And once again, only about $720 of that is what I directly contributed, meaning that over 200 of those dollars grew just for me already having the money there. Then we'll talk about my pension. This grew to $8,081 for a total growth of $358, which is just basically the contributions I made to it. I don't think that was anything extra. And so that just grew because I added money to my paycheck from it. And of course, for my pension, I don't decide what amount goes towards it. A certain percentage goes towards it as a factor of my employment as a public school educator in Maryland. Then we've got my savings accounts. I'm going to talk about these in two categories. First, we'll talk about my emergency fund, and then we'll talk about all my other savings accounts. So my emergency fund is $5,027 right now. I did not need to use it for any emergencies this month. It didn't grow at all, so it's right there at a change of $0. And then my other savings are, when you total them up, are $7,147. That's everything that's in my car fund, that's still left in my gift fund, my travel fund, and my summer money fund. Those only grew a total of $127 from last month, and that is mostly, I think, because I spent a lot of money out of my savings in order to pay for gifts for the upcoming holidays. So I've gotten super ahead on buying my gifts, but I didn't see too much change in my savings because although I did deposit a lot more than $127, I also spent a lot out of my savings as well. So those are all my accounts, investment and savings. I do not count my checking account as part of my net worth because everything that's going to go to savings or investments already has by this point in the month, and what's left over in my checking account is for me to spend on either bills or discretionary spending or anything of that sort. So when you total up all my accounts, saving and investing, you get a total of $33,946, which is up from last month by $2,106. It feels really good to be seeing this level of growth again. My net worth did grow last month, but only by $1,521. So that increase has also grown, as well as my net worth itself. And what also makes me really excited about this is by this point in the year, my net worth totally, completely for the entire year has grown $18,712, which is a lot of money to see my personal net worth grow by. This is about what I predicted for the year. I'm really excited about it. Last year, my net worth only grew by about $13,000, so it's really cool to already be way ahead of that. But my aim for the year of 2020 is to see my net worth grow by about $20,000. This would be really incredible, and being able to keep up this pattern would be really incredible in order to keep me on track for financial independence as soon as possible. And so that's the goal. So let's take a look at some graphs that I've made for you guys. Here's the first graph, and it shows my 2020 net worth versus the date. And that little dip right there is from the summer months when I was living off my savings and lost money. And as you can see, I've more than recovered from that. I now have more money than I did back in June, which is good. But my favorite part about this is just how much it's grown overall and how steeply I've been able to grow it even while taking my summer off. And then this next graph is a graph of my net worth over all of time, so you really can get a little bit more perspective about it and see how consistent that growth is, the dip from summer, and of course recovering back up by this point. Seeing it like this does sometimes make me wonder if working over summer might be the best idea for me, because although my net worth is still growing by a lot, it is a really good opportunity to kind of keep that growing or keep it at least steady over the summer instead of taking such a big dip. That being said, my plan was always to grow it by about 20,000 this year, so I don't necessarily want to push myself even further when I really enjoyed and got a lot of value out of having my summer off this past year. So it's something I'm still considering, but that being said, it's all still going to plan. It's also crazy to see that just 1 year ago, on November 30th, 2019, my net worth was only $14,341. I was already debt-free at this point, and this was everything I owned, and I remember how good it felt to be at that 15K mark, and I have to say it feels just as amazing to be around 33K this November. And something really cool is that when you total up all of the interest that I made on my investments, you can see that my investments grew $639 this month, meaning I made another $639 that interest will continue to compound on without even contributing more. This is not including my contributions from this month. So all I did was keep that money invested, and I was able to see the growth. Passive income is income that you earn from an upfront effort that then kind of just comes in passively as you go, and investments are a great example of this. So I earned all the money I did actively by working this month, but I also earned an extra $639 on top of that without having to lift a finger. Again, I didn't expect this to be the most amazing month, since I did spend a lot out of my savings to kind of get some Christmas shopping done early for my family. But that being said, I couldn't be more happy with this growth, and I hope to see around the same amount next month to hopefully hit my goal of growing it by 20K this year. Thank you guys so much for joining me on the channel. As always, I'm honored that you're here. If you want to start budgeting and tracking your net worth, go to the link in the description of this video and get my free budget template. It also comes with the same net worth tracker that I use. I would never be able to see the gains in my net worth that I have seen without keeping a budget. So that is step number 1. Also, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, comment on this video if you have any comments or questions. It helps me so much to grow this channel, and it means the world to me. I hope you all have an amazing Thanksgiving if you celebrate. If not, I hope that everybody is able to express gratitude this season. Please stop by next month for my next net worth update, and come by next week for another video. Bye, everybody.